Okay, it looks as though I am here by myself. I am going to kick this off and I am going to begin. And if anybody joins me, that's absolutely fine. This is the last but one call. The final call will be on Tuesday at 5:30. So I hope that you're all able to make it. I appreciate that the time is a little bit earlier, but hopefully that's going to make it easier for some of you to join me live. So today I am going to be talking about things that crop up from left field which cause your world to be shaken, things that cause your world to be changed. And I'm going to talk to you about how important it is to understand what this means. I'm also going to be talking to you about a checklist, and I will be posting the checklist after the call. So tonight's call isn't as long as some of them. If I've got you here, then it's easier for me to sort of channel. As it is, if it's just me, I'm probably not going to talk to myself for an hour. So I'm going to begin just by creating some sacred space, and we're going to move into this, and I hope whenever you catch this call, there is something of value for you. So the first message that I have coming from Spirit is that at the moment, everybody is focused, even within a family, on what's going on around them, exactly what's going on around them. And the way I would describe this is your aura is your framework for your physical body. And although you share your aura with other people at different times, what happens within your energy field directly affects you. And we extend that, as we say, to loved ones. But what is going on the planet at the moment is that most people are only aware of what's going on immediately around them. And so there's a saying, out of sight, out of mind. And one of the things which is affecting manifestation right now is that when you are not in somebody's presence, usually you're not that aware of them not being there. And this isn't about people not loving you. This is just about the way that the energy is. There's another saying, which is that every person thinks for themselves, each man for himself. And so what you will be experiencing right now, which is probably one of the reasons why I'm sat here by myself, is we have this acceleration of density on Earth. And you've got 3D experiences happening to people that have a very 5D reality. So this is where there's my guides. This is where I'm going to say to you, it is necessary for all of us to stay connected to 3D reality if you want money to come in. But 3D reality is incredibly dense, and the darkness, the polarizing experiences are really becoming more present immediately around people. And I'll give you an example. I was driving my car today very slowly. 55 miles an hour is not fast. And I was on my side of the road, and a car came across to my side of the road and took my wing mirror off. And I was shocked because I'm only aware of what's going on in my immediate space. And that just sort of demonstrates the energy that we're in. So one of the things you need to bear in mind with manifesting is that if you are experiencing a feeling that nothing is changing, it usually is because our energy hasn't changed enough. And what can be really challenging is that you can be trying as much as you can, just bear with me. You can be trying as much as you can to manifest, but what you will find, I actually can't do anything about that at the minute. Hang on, I'm trying to bring up the group. So you can be trying to manifest. Hang on. You can be trying to manifest as much as you can, and it may feel that you're doing everything you can within your physical reality, but because your energy isn't changing enough, you're still within this bubble. So what needs to happen for money to come in is you've really got to put some welly, some oomph behind manifesting more change in your life. So just carrying on with what you're coping with isn't enough. You have to go above and beyond that. You have to create more movement than you've ever created before to counteract this very insular experience that many are having now. And as somebody once said to me, the money is still there. The money is all out there, but you've got to align with it. But the frequency of money is higher than 3D. The frequency of money is 7D, seventh dimensional. And so you've almost got to be dealing with the issues within your day-to-day life as your higher self, which is seventh dimensional, in order for that money to come in. Hey, Alegna, lovely to have you here. You're the only one. Hey, sweetie, lovely to have you. So, Alegna, I thought you had joined. All the calls are here. All the calls, if you scroll back, all the meditations and all the calls and all the card pulls are all on the class, my darling. So you'll just have to go back through the group. We're on call 11 today. I think it's call 11. Yeah, it is call 11. So what we're talking about today, Alegna, is we're talking about what is required for money to come. And one of the things that I was saying is that for most people, they're only aware of what's going on immediately around them. And I was saying that there is a motto, which is each man for himself. And really what that's about is that when people are focused on their immediate surroundings, that isn't enough expansion for money to come. So what the guides have said to me, they've said, what is occurring to make life more challenging is the unexpected. What is happening for many people, hey Renee, what is happening for many people is that the unexpected is happening like a bolt out of the blue. So that unexpected thing could be anything. It's not about whether that unexpected thing is negative or positive, but these very unexpected occurrences are happening to most people. And it doesn't matter whether you consider yourself to be awakened or not. Even if those things happen to someone around you, they have a knock-on effect on you. And the reason for this is that you've got two lots of energy coming into the earth, and two lots of energy are being processed. So you've got what I would call the platinum energy, the Christ light, which is basically about no separation anymore. And the other energy is the energy of separation. And the funny thing is, whenever we want to create something, we want more than we've got. Whatever it is we've got, we usually, as humans, we want more. And then we see there being a gap between where we are and the more that we want, and we don't perceive ourselves as already being there. Separation. And yet in reality, nothing is separate from anything else. So these two energies that are hitting the earth in waves, the union energy and the separation energy, is hammering home the point that if you don't have what you want, you can't get it. You have to know that you essentially are it for you to get it. And so these very unexpected things that are happening are a byproduct of the parts of our energy that are not really us now. So let me give you an example. I was giving an example. I was giving an example of the little car accident I had today. You know, that's not my energy now. At the minute, I'm very grounded, I'm very solid, my vibration is very high, but oh my word, last week, that was definitely not the case. Definitely not the case. So that car accident was something that is no longer a part of me. But if I then react to that situation as that older version of me, it becomes a part of me once again. Okay, so Spirit is saying when the Earth was formed, it was space debris that coalesced together. So what is an asteroid? An asteroid is just space debris that is looking for somewhere to connect with. So I want to say to each of you, when these unexpected things happen, which you might call negative things, it's really important that you see it as part of the process as well. So one of the ways in which I don't feel the law of attraction teachings help is by telling you only to focus on what you're grateful for. Because pain is inevitable, and the more you try to avoid pain, the less magnificent your higher self becomes. Your point of attraction becomes less if you are avoiding change and pain. The fastest way for you to have more money is to go through whatever you need to go through in order so money can come. So when these unexpected things happen, it's to remember that you didn't do anything wrong. It's not a sign that your point of attraction is bad. It's just an energy that was part of you. And at some level, you need to accept whatever it is that's happened. You don't have to like it. You don't have to go along with it, but you do need to accept it. So wherever there are unexpected things happening, it's always a call for you to become stronger. It's not a call for you to avoid your fear or to avoid your pain, because money won't come through avoidance. It comes through strength and progress and truth. So the other thing we're going to say, do you have an ongoing flow in your life of anything? Did you, Renee? I know that feeling, sweetheart. It sort of is like, whoa, what was that about? If you have a flow in your life, the money that's due to you is going to come. You can speed that flow up But the only way that money is not going to come is if it feels as though your life is stopping and starting. So if you feel like, although you know things are a bit lean at the minute, if you feel like things are flowing, then there will be opportunities for money that come. Okay, thank you. And you can also ask your guides for ideas that will bring you money. So, you know, my guides gave me quantum money, okay? And they've also given me this amazing new psychic class that I'm going to be doing. If you ask your guides to give you ideas of how to allow more money to come in, you've got to be open to receiving those ideas, which means you've got to be creative. And we also want to say, you know, when you think about doing something, that, let's say that you're employed. Now, I'm not employed. I can't imagine myself being employed, actually. I'd be a terrible employee. But when you are employed, it can feel like quite a lot to try and do something else as well. So I want to say, if you are employed full time and you want more money to come, it's not so much about doing something else to earn money and burning yourself out. It's about using your free time in a more satisfying way. So whatever it is that is more satisfying for you than what you normally do, doing more of that will bring money in however it comes. And, you know, one of the things that the guide said is that some of you are at full capacity energetically, and it's not possible for you to work harder than you're working. And it's not possible for you to get up at, you know, 6 in the morning and meditate and visualize. It's not necessary. Another thing I want to say is, it is your zest for life, and you're talking to someone that suffered a lot of lethargy for a number of months because of what's been going on. I'm slowly getting my energy back for however long that lasts, but it's your zest for life that will bring money, okay? So don't feel like there's something new you've got to do has got to be painful or tiring, because if you're not going to enjoy it, that's not the point. It is about having a zest for life. It's about looking forward. It's about having hopes, having goals as well. And not allowing those hopes and goals to remain dreams. You want to feel like you're actually working towards them and taking risks as well. Okay, so we're going to actually now, and if you've got any questions at all, guys, those of you that are here, which is 2 of you, put them down if you've got any questions. This is the last but one call. The last call is on Tuesday at 5:30. And I've got something pretty fun that I'm going to be doing then. Okay, so we're just going to go through a little bit of a checklist. This will be posted in the group, which is about manifesting physical money. And I will check your messages in a minute, Renee, my darling. Are you taking enough chances in your life to create new opportunities? So this may be advertising your services, sharing your skills, applying for a new job, applying for a grant or a bursary, taking on some extra work, or creating space in your life by dropping something which is tiring. So I know when I look at that, at the minute my daughter's in hospital, so that has definitely created some space. And I'm advertising my new services, so that's what I'm doing. So number 2, do you have an awareness of your true purpose right now? And I like to say that your purpose is what you're doing now and what you're going to do next. And it's not about being there for everybody else. Your purpose means you've got to be fulfilled because you're doing what you do. So being a caregiver can be very fulfilling. It can be tiring, but it can be very fulfilling. Your true purpose may be looking at what scares you. This may be taking action in your immediate life. This may be walking away from something and valuing yourself much more. So it's important to do this, otherwise if you're not valuing yourself, even if no other bugger values you, if you're not valuing yourself, the universe can't either. So, do you align with your current skill set emotionally? So this may mean even though you've got no money, you are valuable to the world. You know that you are. It's like an inherent sense of, I do have value. This may mean that you want to update your skills. This may mean you start charging more or you ask for a wage rise. This may mean you do not give so much of your time and energy away. This may mean that you start to look for alternative employment. So, are you free enough energetically for more money and more movement to come in? So I could not have written, I'm starting to write this mammoth psychic group, right? And I'm not winging it like I normally do. I'm creating a book to go with it. So everything I'm doing, I've started writing this today. So I've just completed the first 2 lessons of the psychic group. I could not have done that. I couldn't have done that a week ago when my daughter was at home. So it may mean that you're too tired for money to come in. This may mean you have a scattered approach to life. This may mean you need to declutter your life or your living space. This may mean you need to get some professional support. This may mean that you need to get your paperwork or your time organised. This may mean many things, but if you feel low, tearful or fatigued, overwhelmed or frustrated a lot, it's a sign there's some decluttering to do so that you've got enough room for money to come in. Are you moving forward enough for money to come in? And only you know the answers to these. This may mean you're coming to terms with what hurts or angers you, finally. This may mean you know that you are where you are supposed to be, truly. This may mean you let some people get on with their lives and you stop trying to help them. This may mean you make some decisions and enact them. This may mean you get professional support. So just remember, just because you're not happy, it doesn't mean you're not vibrating highly. Sometimes these things have to happen for things to change. Just because nothing has worked so far doesn't mean it can't or won't. The economy is a fickle thing. Just because you don't see the movement, it doesn't mean it's not occurring. Tune into your guides and sense what they want you to know about what's coming to you. Your money will come when it's meant for you. So we are going to be working with your prosperity programming next week. And we're going to be working with the prosperity angels. And we are going to be doing some deep energetic alterations on your aura before we close the class. So because I've got just 2 of you here, I'm going to quickly look at your questions and then I'm going to pull you some cards. Yeah, do you know what, Renee? I think you do an amazing job. I really do think you do. And I've seen your jewellery that you're making. It's so beautiful. I wish I could do something like that. I'm not creative in that way at all. Writing's about the only thing I can do. So I am going to pull some cards for the 2 of you. Just bear with me. You're both on the Spirit Crystal class at the weekend. Okay, so Renee, we have the Page of Wands, which is about you contemplating the changes that need to be made, and you're going to be suggesting some things. Then we have the Five of Pentacles, which is talking about you taking matters into your own hands for money to come. And I've got here the Fool, which is, I just want to say this is about a new journey, but this is part of you that worries that perhaps you're barking up the wrong tree. You are not. So I've got the Fool. This is a French tarot deck. Oh, good girl. Brilliant. And this is the Magician. Okay. So let's see what's going on. And Renee, there will be a replay, so don't worry if you know, because 9 o'clock is early for me and it's 9 o'clock for me. Don't put yourself through too much. Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands, which is about you taking everything in your stride and making everything work, Alegna. Then we have the Hierophant, which is you taking a more spiritual view about where your life is at the moment. And we have here the Queen of Wands, which is saying financially things are going to work out better than perhaps you can see at the moment. So I do just want to draw all of your attentions to my new psychic class. We are going to be taking 8 weeks over this. I'm going to be teaching you how to consciously astral travel, how to read a crystal ball. I'm going to be teaching you, introducing you to your own tarot guide. I'll be giving you their names. I'm going to be teaching you tarot. I'm going to be teaching you the Akashic Records. I'm going to be teaching lots of different things. So I would love you to be part of that. For now, I want to wish you a gorgeous evening. Have a lovely day. I love you. I love you. I love you. Our final call is on Tuesday at 5:30. I hope to see more people then. Lots of love. Bye for now.